Why are there so many identical looking skins in the popular online gaming platform Roblox? And what does the battle between Jandelle and Sammy have to do with it? Who is Sammy? And how can you get a bunch of rewards while doing almost nothing? Plus, leaks about the new update in Grove Garden. Trust me, it's going to be very, very interesting. Make yourselves comfortable, grab some cookies, tea, or whatever you like. And of course, we're not wasting any time.
Let's make a record number of likes under the video. Please like and subscribe and we'll move on.
So guys, let's just take a look right now at what we have in Grove Garden. Here we have a little character. What is this? Guys, many of you probably already know what this is because, I don't know, maybe you checked out my Telegram channel most likely, since I explained everything there in more detail. So basically, you come up to this guy, type in and tell him that you want to join his team. And he says, "Welcome." And now I can put on this skin. I can click OK or cancel, but for now, I'm not gonna put it on just yet. What happens if I click OK? Well, first of all, the skin will be equipped, and secondly, what happens if I put on this skin? Of course, you'll get cool rewards during the update in Grove Garden. Honestly, I think the Roblox avatar will break on Saturday, so I strongly recommend at least putting on this skin by Friday, because I'm sure that by Saturday, the avatar in Roblox will really start lagging, since it actually lags quite often. I really recommend setting it up in advance, but not today or tomorrow, so you don't mess up your skin. But if you want to, or if you forget, you can set it up today or tomorrow. But I think Friday is the best option for you. Yeah, Friday will be the perfect choice. Set yourself a reminder, an alarm, or something like that. And guys, that's not all I wanted to tell you. So why are we putting on this skin? What's the purpose of this? First of all, obviously it's just interesting to see what will happen with Jandelle, specifically how many people will put on this skin. That's the first reason. And secondly, guys, it's the rivalry between Jandelle and Sammy. Who is Sammy? We know who Jandelle is. He's the developer of Grove Garden. And guys, there's Sammy, who developed Brain Rot, and he's still working on it. So these two admins, these two developers, decided to start a war. To actually start a war. Let's take a close look at Jandelle's TikTok and see what he has to say there. Actually, I don't even know. Maybe there are 5-4 TikTok. Take a look. Honestly, it's really, really interesting to watch.
Yo, what's up guys? It's me, Jandelle. Dude, I'm pretty excited. As you guys may know, we're doing the admin war this weekend. And I'm calling on all Grove Garden players. Hi guys, I want you to dress up as green beans. If you guys are a green bean this weekend, there's gonna be a special reward. So get hyped, because I already know it.
Oh, he's telling us and 100% confirming that we will get a reward. Yes, I told you that, but he says it's going to be some kind of special reward. So either we'll get some kind of decoration, which I wouldn't really want, or a cool pet. It would be much more interesting if he actually gave a pet related to peas. So guys, I strongly really recommend putting on this skin if you want to get the rewards. If you don't want to, well, that's your choice. You don't have to wear it. Especially considering that this skin is absolutely free. In the second slot of this dialogue, you can buy everything for 0 Robux. So this is a completely free skin and you won't spend a single penny. Let's watch the second TikTok.
Yo, what's up guys? I just wanted to make this quick video. I want to hear your guys' feedback on the event. I think this is the most we've ever added to the game, so I'm actually pretty excited. Please comment like what you guys thought, maybe some ideas. If there's things that you didn't like, tell me, because maybe I can fix them. But yeah, I feel like the update went really well, but maybe I'm just surrounded by people telling me I'm doing a good job, but really I'm not. So yeah, you guys just be honest in the comments.
I actually wanted to say to you guys, thank you for damn playing this game. Thank you for supporting it there. If you really have any cool ideas, again, write them either in my comments or to Jandelle on TikTok. I can either pass them on to Jandelle since I have a chat with the developers, or you can leave them directly for Jandelle in the TikTok comments as well. He probably reads them and he can also pick up an idea from there. Alright guys, let's watch one more TikTok.
Yo guys, if Sammy's the best admin, why does he have a spin wheel in his game? That's right, take it out. Take it out.
So here, the guy just Jandelle teased Sammy a bit by pointing out that Steel Brain's mouth actually has a Wheel of Fortune. I don't know, some players really like it, a lot, some don't like it. Well, like, you can easily get Steel Brain's mouth for free if you play, although it's not particularly useful. So, guys, that's how it is. Guys, together with you, let's now talk in more detail about this war. Actually, it's not a war. It's more like a joke. I'll explain to you later what that means. We'll talk about the Grove Garden update. We'll talk about the Steel Brain Mouth update. We'll discuss what's actually going on right now. Lots and lots and lots and lots of information. But for now, let's go to the Discord server and take a close look at the leaks, or rather, not leaks of the update, but more about admin abuse. Coming soon. And here, the guy shows this picture. I don't know what this means. Apparently, this is a model meant to be used for admin abuse. But they also showed this. Apparently, Sammy will fight with Pea Shooter, or are we going to fight against Sammy? I don't know. Honestly, it's kind of unclear to me, but it looks cool. And here Sammy made this gif where he stomps on Jandelle. Apparently this will also be some kind of admin abuse event, but in the brain rot style. Also guys, most likely they're showing us right now what rewards we'll get, specifically the green bean. So it's exactly the same kind of firework that we got for the 4th of July. By the way guys, it's already been about a month and a half. Geez, summer is almost over. That's crazy. But that's not what we're talking about right now. Right now it's about the fact that there's also a boombox bean. I don't know, maybe you can play your own music here or something like that. If that's the case, then that's actually pretty cool. Although I don't think you'll really be able to play your own music here. But the fact that some kind of music will play is much more likely. Guys, now I suggest we just watch some regular TikToks that people have made themselves. I don't know, people or not people. Well, anyway, animations. I'm just interested in showing you exactly what they're like and so on. And here, guys, is the fight between Jandelle and Sammy. And by the way, this is what Sammy's skin looks like. The comments here are absolutely wild, just so you know. People are posting pictures like this. Oh my goodness. These are the ones rooting for Sammy. There's a pretty cool animation here too. Jandelle versus Sammy. They're fighting as well. And it's actually pretty cool. Classic. Here they're posting pictures like this. All sorts of different edits like these. But here, it's the other way around. Jandelle the monkey is beating this Sammy. Here, they're comparing everything. Man, things are really wild in the comments here. In short, the edits are just insanely intense. Well, now let's talk about the actual, the update in Grow Garden, and then we'll move on to the beans update. Oh, by the way, wait, before we get to that, let's just show you the official page in the brain rot style, because there's already some information there. And here it is, guys, admin war. But guys, it's not really a war, it's more like, not even a confrontation. It's just for fun. They're not planning to fight. They're not fighting, they're just, goofing around, so to speak. I mean, that's obvious to everyone. I hope that's obvious. If you didn't get it, well, it's really not a war. It's more like finding out who has a bigger audience, who's rooting for whom. It's just for fun, purely out of interest. That's all these events are about. So, admin war. The events of the administrative war. Join in. Registration is at 10 in the morning Eastern time. Basically, roughly speaking, in our case, it's the same as what they have. So at 5 p.m. Moscow time, we'll also have various admin abuses happening here. And every 3 hours on weekdays, we present the Galactic Mutation by Asgaroth, the Galaxy Wheel with new cosmic gear. Well, here it's more about steel and brain, meaning it says that we had a luck block here and all that, but we'll get to that later. Regarding the update in Grow Garden, don't expect anything drastic. Honestly, admin abuses will be pretty harsh, but I think most likely this will be the second part of the Beanstalk event. Because in fact, what are the signs of this? It's that Beanstalk usually does events in 2 parts now. And secondly, the fact that we're now going to be planting peas for ourselves, and accordingly, somehow, peas, and in honor of the new update, probably something will be related to peas. Only this event is connected with peas. Well, or for example, somewhere around here I have a golden pea. For example, just this stalk. Naturally, they'll probably extend this event, make a second part, maybe make it more interesting and all that. They might add seeds, I don't know, but I hope the update will be cool. But honestly, I'm not expecting anything more from the event. I'm expecting more, not from the event itself, but from admin abuse. Admin abuse is the most hardcore thing I'm waiting for. I'm also going to put on the Crowha skin myself so I can get all sorts of cool rewards. And getting the boombox would be just perfect, really. Unfortunately, in that Discord video I showed you, you can't hear it playing, but it would still be pretty nice. Look at that Northern Lights! Oh wow, how beautifully all of this is done. Let's probably also take a look at what players want to see in Grow Garden. Let's see what they actually want. Here, a player is showing us this thing. I don't really know what it is, maybe some kind of fertilizer or something, but anyway, it costs 200,000. And this fertilizer will let us grow a fruit, of a really massive size. So, I guess it will swing back and forth, and we have to hit exactly in the center in order to grow the fruit as gigantic as possible. By the way, it's just, I don't know, this guy finally told us that we actually have this problem. So, what do we have happening? The daily quests, they've been moved into the book, and it would be perfect if they finally got rid of that thing where it's like, show me the gear shop or goodbye. It would be much better if they actually made it so that when we pressed E or just clicked on that character, the gear shop would open right away. Because what's the point? Just open the gear shop for me or don't open it? Thanks for the choice. But damn, if I'm clicking here, obviously I want to open the gear shop, and here comes the spaceship. Just look at it, it's actually pretty cool. Here, the guy will later show us instructions on how to build it, but apparently the materials are these things here, which add speed and are used like trampolines. And here it seems like there are just regular materials. Well, there's wood here, of course, which isn't great. It would be much better if it were made of iron, if it were completely gray. There are also 3 kittens here. I think they're from the new update. Yeah, that's Munkatik, and this is our regular cat. By the way, Munkatik, I don't get it. Why is he so sad, huh? We need to cheer him up. Quick, hit like to cheer up this kitten. They're offering us this version of Beans Toka. Beans, I don't know how players will like it. Personally, I think the current version looks much better, but this one isn't bad either. It has its place. They're offering us these kinds of pets, which, as far as I understand, will probably steal seeds. Every 12 minutes, it goes to a random garden, right? And crop and tries to get seeds from, well, anyway, there's a 7% chance that it will steal seeds specifically, and a 2% chance that the seeds will turn golden. Yeah, and a 2% chance that they'll become rainbow, and a 7% chance that they'll become golden. But actually, it steals seeds with a 100% chance. Got it. Well, actually, that's kind of unbalanced, but still, it wouldn't be bad. Although, no, you can easily dupe it. Like, you can easily dupe it with Boniblos, so you definitely need to add some debuffs. For example, it could only steal plants that are in our stock, in our shop, and, you can't dupe exclusive plants like that. This is the kind of tree they're suggesting we make. I don't know what kind of fruit or berry this is, or what it even is. Honestly, it kind of looks like a mammoth's trunk, or really, like some part of a mammoth, or even an intestine. What is this supposed to be? I just can't see it as anything else. By the way, this is actually a pretty good version of an egg incubator, because here, you just set it up like a master sprinkler, like any other sprinkler, and it simply has a radius within which eggs grow much faster. That would be cool. Honestly, that's pretty awesome. And this is truly overpowered. This is exactly what's missing in the game. I don't know why, but probably, well, the developers won't add this because the point is that basically we can only craft one item, right? And we craft one item and wait until it's finished. And only after it's done can we swap it out for another item. But it would be cool to add a queue, for example. A queue of at least 10 items or even 5. And if, for example, one item finishes crafting, then the next item in the queue would automatically start crafting. That would be seriously overpowered. That's the kind of feature they're suggesting to us. By the way, this little guy I think was one of the first events, I believe, after the Bone Blossom. That's when this head actually appeared. It's a shame I didn't manage to pick it up back then. At that time I was already playing Grove Garden. I started playing with Bone Blossom, but I actually joined right at the very end of the update. Basically when the update with it was already coming out. That's more or less how it all happened. I don't really know what kind of little guy this is, but it would be cool to see some old or semi-old ones too. And look at this kitty, it's literally half cat, half, what, rabbit? Anyway, every 20 minutes it gives 5 minutes of... Anyway, it reduces, basically it takes 5 minutes off the cooldown of other pets. And every 10 minutes it falls asleep. And it does the same thing with Tomcat basically, it grows a bigger plant. That's basically it for the concept. Whoa, my T-Rex is doing something over there. Oh wow, that's absolutely insane. So, what I wanted to tell you. Basically, regarding the Grow Garden, I can tell you that you guys absolutely need to be present for the admin abuse. And the most important life hack I can give you is that it's best to log onto the server at 3 o'clock. Why? Because you really shouldn't. 3 is too early, but at least by 4 you definitely need to log in, I'm telling you. Because if you log in at 4, by 4:30 there might already be issues with the Roblox servers. And considering events like this where there's a war with Emmy, 2 insanely popular games that together reach up to 30 million concurrent players at peak, they'll definitely, well, I don't know, maybe they'll even break their own record and hit 40 or even 50 million players at peak. And that would actually break the world record again. They'd beat their own record among all games in the world. But that's not the point. The point is that Roblox really crashes and you won't be able to get onto the servers. So I really recommend you log onto the servers at least by 4 o'clock and ideally don't log out. So like if you step away to eat or something, just press a key every 10 minutes or so just so your character moves and doesn't get kicked for any reason. But honestly, I don't know. Write in the comments where you'll be participating. Will you be participating in Style Brain Rot or in Grove Garden Abuse? Because honestly, I'll be taking part specifically in Grove Garden Abuse, but I'd really like to join Style Brain Rot too, so I'll be participating from my second account on my laptop, joining Style Brain Rot with my second account as well, just to see what happens in both and share my impressions with you. Now let's move on a bit to the Style Brain Rot leaks. Yeah, so this video turned out to be half about Grove Garden, half about Style Brain Rot. But in any case, right now these two are going to be a bit interconnected. And well, for anyone interested, let's see what will be added to Style Brain Rot. Here's this Italian bird. Oh, not Italian. I don't know why I immediately thought Italian. Anyway, it's a football bird. I don't know why or who this is from Style Brain Rot. I've never seen anything like it, but that's what it looks like. And guys, let's read this update log that the developers have added for us here. Or rather, leaked a little bit here. So first of all, what did they add here? Galaxy Wheel with new cosmic gear, 7 new brain rots, and Pippi Potato. Basically all these things are listed here, plus 2 secret ones that, by the way, they haven't told us about. 2 new slimy brain rots, so 2 new what? I don't get it. Ah, fused ones, got it. Fused admin, lucky blocks, they've added new lucky blocks. Yeah, guys, by the way, I actually haven't played in a while. There really are lucky blocks there. And with them, you can actually get random brain rots. And bug fixes and all that. Basically, in Brain Rot, they're just adding the same things they used to add before. Brain rots and stuff related to new mechanics. Only now they're adding more brain rots for the new mechanics they've made. Brain rot is getting better, and so is Grave Garden. And honestly guys, I'm glad that Roblox has such really intense events. That really, like, 2 whole games can just completely crush some other games, whether they're on PC or on mobile. Yeah, I'm just leaving Roblox. I'm not, like, I don't mean in terms of Robux. In Roblox, of course, they're leading, and everyone else, all those other games, have already dropped down, so to speak. And honestly, I even feel a little sorry for Pet Sim, because it's really gotten a bit tired. Well, Pet Sim is a legendary game, but because of things like Grave Garden and Steel Brain Root, its activity has dropped too. But that's not the point. Basically, the games are tough and everything is intense. Guys, so, what would you like to see in this update? Also, write to me in the comments because I can contact the developer directly. Or rather, how do I contact him? I already have a connection with him, I have his contacts, so I can write to him at any time, ask something, or pass on any information. By the way, most of the time, yeah, information is passed on in the chat, specifically from subscribers about what new features they want to see and things like that. That's why I read every comment and like the interesting ones. Well, basically, damn, that's it, the video is actually over. Thanks for watching. Good luck to everyone. Bye bye, everyone.